Hi, everyone. Okay, so I'm not on here today because I actually watched a movie because I'm on my way to start watching. Okay, the next thing is going to be Mommy Dearest because I love that damn movie. Let me tell you, there's something about Faye Dunaway overacting as Joan Crawford that is just magnifique. I am here for it. That movie, it's funny how like okay, I'm gonna give a little brief like beforehand. This may save us some time on that next one. Oh yes, don't forget, girl. It say arts and crafts in the description, and what am I not talking about? Arts and crafts. So okay, I'm still working on her, but she's coming far along. Look at that. Hopefully yours is too. And hopefully you're doing some arts and crafts because again, we got to heal some inner children here. So anyway, so let me tell you how I bumped into Mommy Dearest because it is definitely before my time, but it's a total me movie. So I bumped into her because my grandmother, she was very, very, very Christian, and she didn't like to have anything secular in the house, like no secular music, no secular books, things of that nature. So it just so happened my auntie would like come into town and visit, and she would leave. Sometimes, she would either leave it intentionally because she had other stuff to pack because she was a huge shopper, runs in the family. Um, and so, she would have to leave the books, or sometimes she would just accidentally forget them. So, two books that I actually sat and read, one was Mommy Dearest. So, so I read the book, and it on the cover it said, the book, that the motion picture was made about. And I was like, oh, so there's a film too. And I'm a young girl, so I didn't have access to Mommy Dearest at that time. So I had access to the book, so I read it. Boy, oh boy. Oh, and you know what? It was more than two books because there was some Sidney Sheldon. That's how I got into that. And we will talk about that. I love Sidney Sheldon. Anyway, um, it was, but definitely upstairs there was the Learning Tree and Mommy Dearest. This is how I got Mommy Dearest in there. Anyway, so I read that book, and child, I was like, this is crazy. They made a film about this. So yeah, I watched the film, and boy, the rest is history, isn't it? So, so that's gonna be the one I review. And even though I've seen it a gazillion times, um, I'm just gonna watch it just because you gotta like have a refresh. Like I believe if I'm on here giving you my rendition, my, pretty much rendition and reenactment from my perspective of the movie, so you can want to go see it, maybe, I don't know. Then I gotta have a fresh memory of it, even though I know that movie by heart, honey. I love that movie. So we're gonna review that next. Also, oh, I also have to say, at any time my husband might like peek in the door. Also, my child might call. We're gonna have to end it. So I'm gonna try to get this done pretty quick. Try. Just I'm gonna try to finish this crap. Look, it's coming along, singing a song, walking in a winter wonderland. Yes, I know. So, okay. So there were two topics I wanted to talk about. One of them my daughter kind of brought to me, and I was like, "What are we doing now?" Now, come again. This is how you know you didn't got old when you like Man, there was a shift, a paradigm shift in this thing that I thought I knew and understood, but clearly I don't. It's changed, and I wasn't paying attention to the change. So I'm just gonna briefly go over. Now, the first part I kind of knew about. So let me see. I wrote it down. I wrote down what I was going to talk about. Well, no, I'm gonna reverse it. Oh, I flipped it and reversed it. It's yum. That was a little, Missy Elliott for you, if you didn't know. So I'm gonna flip it and reverse it. Actually, we're gonna talk because okay, and I had to look into it because I thought I was going crazy too. But Black Friday was terrible. I don't know if people went out there, but it wasn't the best Black Friday I've been to, and I've been to a lot of them. Like I said, my auntie, mom, grandmama, all them women in my life are shoppers, and they dragged us into malls. My daughter is very well versed in going to a mall and acting like she got some sense, because like I don't know any other life. Even if I ain't buying nothing, I just like to be in there looking, because you never know what you might see. Is how I find hats randomly. I don't even go in there looking for hats. They just like pop up and I'm like, I need that hat. It's just random. I just like to go look. It's kind of like, I don't know, scouting. Like you know how them people be walking around with those metal detectors? They be like zzz, 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 and they're looking for like metal, random metal. I'm looking for random things. I don't even know, like weird things have come out of me going shopping. I just went to Barnes& and Nobles and ended up buying my mother-in-law's whole Christmas get up. Like, it was first of all, let's talk about this. I guess I ain't gonna never get to Black Friday shop. Y'all should go to Barnes& and Nobles. They have some of the cutest, like, spa Christmas gift things, and I ain't even getting paid by these people, but I believe in people enjoying and pampering themselves for reasonable prices because it's expensive out here. So they have like some of the best spa, self-care, for yourself type stuff. So I ended up getting my mother-in-law these because she lives up north and so it gets cold. These slippers that they're heavy because you warm them up and then you just sit there with your feet being warm. That is so lovely. I wish they had that when I was a kid because it was cold where I was from. So anyway, back to Black Friday. So I like to go around roaming, especially like Black Friday. I've been going to Black Friday since the 90s. So look, blow me over with a leaf when I get to Black Friday and it was empty and dead and cold and callous. I was scared. I was like, I called my husband like, hello. Oh, it's wrong. It's something wrong. There was something wrong. There was something strange in the neighborhood. And who you gonna call? The husband? Because I didn't know what was going on. So yeah, Black Friday this year was a little hmm, hmm. It was a little funny. Like there were certain stores I felt like had, better deals than others. Like, oh, the candle stores did really good. They had some really good deals. Yankee Candles was out there having like buy two get three free. I was like, oh, I love a again. She love a good candle, you know. So that was lovely. I want to say Bed Bath and Beyond, but Bath Body and that one they had a good sale. Like I went past one and they had a line wrapped around, so I know their sale was good. But their sales are always good. So but then the people now I didn't really go out there like that. I just went to like a few little stores just to see what they had. And I ended up getting a pair of boots for a really good price at Macy's. But I didn't come out like I usually do. And a lot of people said they didn't even show up. But no, but I understand why because the prices were not. They weren't doing what they usually do. And even the people weren't doing what they usually did. Like, again, I remember my dad coming home and telling me he would go fighting for some of the toys that he would get us. Him and my mom would be cracking up about it. So I'm used to, like, Hunger Games, The Purge, and that's not what happened. So, it was rather, demure. Like the kids are saying, it was demure. It was not mindful. I didn't even try Best Buy. I usually don't go to Best Buy. I don't do TVs like that. So it's usually not my jam. But they said Best Buy wasn't Best Buying. They said Best Buy was not the Best Buy, honey. Um, I went to Target and let me tell you, oh my gosh, it was the I had never seen Target that empty before like that on Black Friday. It was concerning. Like I didn't even end up getting that much from Target because the sales weren't that great. I ended up getting I love the Izzy's, so I got some Izzy's. Oh, and I got pet costumes. Those were on sale. Chester and the cat, formerly known as Chester, and my cat Umi will all be putting on a pet pajamas for Christmas this year. So yeah, it wasn't that great. Oh, for y'all that love pet costumes, I think they were like 30% off at Target, so get it. So yeah, it wasn't I don't know what's going on. I think maybe people are preparing for like maybe the corporations know something we don't know. Who knows? But it seems rather odd. Like it seems rather odd. Like how y'all running out of money? Like, well, it's because people ain't got no money, really. So that's the crazy part. Like, I don't understand how these people don't get it. If you don't pay people, if people don't have disposable income, they're not going to just spend frivolously. Like people were spending frivolously before because they had disposable income. So if because I believe the federal minimum wage, not state, federal, because they every state has to meet the federal. They can choose to exceed, but they have to at least meet. And the federal minimum wage is $7.25 still. It's been that way for a while. So if that is all you're paying people, if you're paying people low wages and rents are going up, because everybody know the rents is going up. Everything has went up. So if you're not paying people anymore, but everything's going up, how the hell they gonna pay for some extra stuff? Because I've been cutting back too. The price of stuff is getting crazy. So how how they gonna come shopping on the blackest of the Fridays? That's the question that I got. I want to know. Like somebody gonna have to tell me. Can somebody hurry up and watch this video so and an account watch this video so you can tell me how that math work? And I'm not good at math, so I really do want to know. I'm curious to how is this thing supposed to go? How is it supposed to work here? So I just want to know. So the Black Friday deals were not doing they are not doing well. And it's I don't know if this is related, and I don't want to sound like no conspiracy theorist because that's not my angle. But Kohl's CEO just the Kohl's CEO just quit like the day before Black Friday. Sir, you supposed to be helping these people get ready for some craziness, for some foolishness. But when you look into it, they like they ain't making no money and they stocks ain't doing so good. Everybody having a hard time. Everybody's having it hard. And these businesses starting to see if you don't do right by them people, honey, them people can't help you, honey. They ain't gonna just be spending just to be doing something, honey. They just gonna get the bare necessities, the very bare necessities. You know, that's what they gonna do. My grandmama used to say, "You can't squeeze water from a rock, honey. You can't get something from from somebody that they ain't got." So I don't know. Anybody know what's going on Black Friday? Because girl, it was looking like Saturday. It was looking like a Saturday. I was like, that's unfortunate. It's really unfortunate. But they gotta do the people right. You gotta bring back you gotta do things for the people. If you don't treat the people right, if you don't pay the people enough, it's just not gonna go well. And I think it's a hard and fast lesson that America, corporations, like a lot of people about to learn. Because I think also Amazon, not that any of this is connected. Again, it's just what's in the news today. Now this didn't, again, not for my daughter. This is just, you know, I went out there in them streets and I wasn't seeing anything that drew me in. Usually I am the queen of like, let me get some linen. Like it no. Is that a new ninja product? I wasn't feeling it. Like the discounts weren't that great. Like they usually are. That makes me be like, no, I gotta get this, honey. I can't leave her here, honey. She too good. If I leave her here, either she ain't gonna be this price no more, or B, she gonna be gone. Yes, I'm calling the appliance a she. The vacuum, all of it. Cause I love a good shark, honey. A good shark vacuum just pulling you through the house. Sorry, y'all can tell I'm older. Cause before it used to be outfits, now it's good appliances. So yeah, nothing drew me in, including in Target. I was like a little shocked. I was shook. But everybody felt that way. If you look on TikTok, everybody kind of was like, nah, or people just didn't come. Also, oh, conspiracy theory, but not really. Sorry, my husband came in and had a dog barking. Amazon, I guess them people then decided they wanted to go on a little strikey strike because they saying they ain't being treated right, and they probably haven't. I've been hearing for years that Amazon, Jeff Bezos over there treating them people real bad. That's the word on the curb, honey. So, we'll see how this goes. So, next topic. Let me hurry up and get this done because this man gonna be looking to come in here. Maybe not. Who knows? Anyway, okay. Look, my daughter brought this to me, and I had to look into it because I was like, when we start doing that, this is where the paradigm shift. I guess the business corporation. Let me cut off this light. The corporation thing too. The Black Friday thing too. I guess it was a paradigm shift. Ooh, sorry, y'all. That I didn't see coming. I totally didn't. I was blindsided by Black Friday. I thought we were all like kicking it, but then the sales again, and then people don't have that much income. I had no plan to spend anything because we don't really need anything. Not worth paying a whole bunch of money for. Anyway, so this was another paradigm shift that I was like, girl, did I miss something? I missed it. Nobody announced anything. But also I'm not looking for an announcement. So rappers are suing now for rap beef. I didn't know we were doing that. I didn't know we were doing that. So my daughter was telling me, because okay, everyone knew about I guess the Kendrick and Drake beef. Which is, I knew about it, but it like I like the song. I like They're Not Like Us. They're not like us. They're not like us. It's a good song. And it actually has some substance in the lyrics. The beat is nice. Like it's been a long time since I heard something that authentic. And of course, Kendrick Lamar, he is that artist, so it makes sense that it came from him. I'm unsurprised that it came from him. The only other artist I could see doing it is maybe Anderson .Paak, in my opinion. I love him. So anyway, so I knew about that. We all knew that. Okay, sorry, y'all. That was what was going on over there. But what I did know is that Drake was gonna get mad and felt, well, I guess I don't know if I don't know how he feels about anything, because this has nothing to do with me, by the way, disclaimer. But who knew that he would get mad and file a lawsuit, not against Kendrick Lamar, though, which is funny to me. Like, well, he the one that did the album, so honey, just go after him. And if you look at who wrote it, it was Kendrick Lamar. He writes his stuff, so he wrote it. And he said it came out his head. Or I don't know how he know, but his little allegations came from his mind. But how are you gonna sue him when y'all are, or I'm sorry, you didn't sue him, you sued your record label instead of the man who wrote it. But hey, now that's number one question mark. But number two question mark is, when the hell did we start suing for rap beef? Did I miss something? I came up in the 90s. That's gonna age me a little bit, and I don't care. I came up in the 90s during Tupac and Biggie and DMX versus Ja Rule and all these different for real rap beefs. And nobody was suing nobody. That's the crazy thing. Like, when did we start suing here? When did this go down? Like, what made you want to sue, sir? That's also my question. What makes you want to sue? The record label, like, sir, that's a lot. And I'm gonna say this because, again, I came up when Prince was writing "Slave" on the side of his face, when Michael Jackson was like, "Oh my God, they stealing me and I'm a stranger in my scowl." When a lot of people were like pushing against the industry. Those were success stories. There are a lot of not success stories when you go up against the industry, the machine, if you will. So I don't know what his ultimate, you know, goal is, but sir, it may not have a good outlook. I mean, I've heard some crazy stuff about people who push up against the industry. Like, good luck. But also looking at what he's suing for, he's like, oh, it's just not that popular. It's just the song just can't be that popular. Projection, sir. It sounds like more like you're putting on Kendrick what they've been doing for you, and you can't understand real talent. Like, you can't understand someone who writes they stuff. Like, and I'm not saying you're not talented, but I'm saying, like, sir, this is like old school rap. Not the stuff you've been putting out. Yours is different. Old school rap. Something from the soul. So you can't understand it because, as my man said, you not like us. I don't know how and I don't know why, but sir, you doing this all wrong. I don't think it just doesn't give it's gonna turn out the way you think it's gonna turn out. It's as like some of the young kids be saying, it's not giving what you think is given. I don't know. I've seen a lot of history. Maybe you know some people, maybe you got Johnny Cochran reincarnated, or maybe you know something I don't know about the industry. I don't know. But a lot of people have tried and a lot of people have failed. Some have been successful. It's been a few that have been successful. Prince was successful. I want to say Michael Jackson was successful. I don't really, but it's a lot, y'all. There are channels on YouTube that deep dive into that. That's not my lane. But you might want to look at that history and double check it out. But also, you might want to understand that some things resonate harder with people than other things. And sometimes we let our ego get in the way of thinking we're something that we're not. And I suspect you're doing that because you ain't acting like rappers, honey. He bringing back something old. So, there's that. A lot of these things, like, it's funny because I wonder, like, what will this lawsuit bring out? Like, on the flip side of it, because he's kind of pointing to himself. They say if you point a finger at someone, be careful because you have three fingers pointing back at you, and karma come back three times as hard. So I wonder if in the pointing of to himself, is he about to reveal something about the record company too? Like, sir, you tread. Where Amy Winehouse at? I tread a troubled track. Like, you tread a troubled track, sir. That's I'm interested to see how it go down. So I'm glad my daughter brought that to my attention, and I'm glad there's, so many people out here talking about it because it's quite interesting. Because while this is, music, it kind of is treading into like reality. It's kind of breaking that veil. It's kind of pulling pulling the curtain back and showing where reality and fantasy kind of meet. So you get to see where that is through probably this lawsuit. It's crazy. It's crazy this man gonna do this. I don't know. I mean, hey, either he crazy, bold, he something, honey. He doing something. And I gotta put some respect on him because I mean, I'm not a Drake fan. I'm not a big Drake fan. There's a couple of songs of his I like. I was listening to Rihanna's Work and he was on there. I love that song. I love, Started from the Bottom. I like that one. But there ain't too many Drake songs that I mess with. But I gotta give the man something. He got guts. He got guts. I got a hats off for the guts. Cause hey, you going against, I mean, the whole music group. Either this gonna be David the Goliath or it's gonna be something else, honey. Either you gonna be some underdog or you are gonna get clobbered. One of the two things will happen. It's crazy. It's like kind of crazy. So look, this new age is like this, all this internet and how quick we can get information. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. So with that, I'm gonna bid you guys adieu. I might keep up with it, I might not. Next is going to be Mommy Dearest, because honey, Faye Dunaway was in there giving it her best shot, but not her fault. They told her to go ahead, go girl. They thought they was gonna win an Oscar. Anyway, next time will be Mommy Dearest. I will be reverse or reverse, whatever. I'll be refreshed in the movie and it'll be good. And if something pop off with this Drake thing and it look crazy to me, I guess I'll be jumping on here about that because that's like, sir, you sure? And how you gonna be upset and you gonna sue for rap beef? Like what? When we do that? When we start doing that? Oh, let me show y'all how far I got. It's almost done. Oh, and see, with that, I do gotta go because that's the kid. Okay, bye, y'all.